Hey everybody, welcome to Dreaming of Diamond. We are going to be going over some product combos, and I am so excited about it. I cannot wait to share these. I thought this is definitely more important to go over these combos instead of individual products, which is very important as we know, but the combos are really where we get tripped up sometimes. So I want to remind everybody that we are a team that does a great job at our three-way message protocol. I mean, we're good at it, right? We know the formula. This is definitely something that is a skill set of ours that has been refined over time and that we continue to teach. But as we are bringing new people into this organization,
Share your card.
what what we want to do, I don't know what that was. What we want to do is we want to make sure that we are giving a framework around these combos. And I think that that's really, really special and important. So I said this before, but if you have a pen and a paper, if you're somebody that wants to be really technologically advanced, you could record this somehow. I don't know what you would do, just to make it easy for you as you continue to move through absorbing the information. You only know how you learn. If you're somebody that's like, I need to write it with a pen and a paper, I want to invite you to do that today. If you're somebody that is auditory, I don't know. I don't know. There's infinity different ways, but just get set up for success and we're going to dive right into it. So, my idea is that we're going to describe the combo and that we're going to describe some health issues that are going to be impacted positively by this combo. Okay. And this is just, again, general guidance, guys. We have infinity million bajillion combos that we can do. We know that. Okay. This is just an idea to get you started. And if you're new and you're watching this, my guidance for everyone who's new is I want you to have three combos that you love, are excited about. I want one of those to be what you started on. I want two of the other ones to be that you feel really confident with and that you've seen results in, or that somebody on your team, has a great result with it, or, sky's the limit. But having three of those, and by the way, this is not a cart training. Okay. This is not a training on how to make a cart. But if I were you and I wanted to be really efficient, what I would do is I would figure out the three combos that are your favorite that we go over today, and you go in and you make a combo. Okay, this is going to make your life super.
Recording in progress.
Hold on. This is going to make your life super easier, and it is going to give you the opportunity to feel autonomous. And I posted a reel about this earlier. I said I was going to get started, but I just want to say this. We have to unlearn believing that we have to know everything. We don't have to know everything. This is an environment where you are smartest, strongest, and most efficient when you're leaning on people who have gone before you. So, asking for help is a good thing. Bringing your sponsor or your trusted advisor or your sideline into a three-way message is a good thing. But I know that a lot of people that come to us are people that love the idea of being financially independent. You're strong, you're smart, you want to know all the things. So you're like, I want to be dangerous in these conversations. I want to be able to go to work and be able to offer something. So, guys, I get it. So that's where you're going to make these carts and save them into your notes, and you're going to have these notes in, or you're going to, make comments under these carts in your notes. Okay. Okay. So we're getting started. The first one, obviously, that we're going to talk about is our triplex. Our triplex is our foundational system. I would say that 95% of people start with this. Good, bad, or indifferent. This is just the way that it works. Okay. This is just the way that it works. Good, bad, or indifferent. Okay. This is an incredible combo for anyone with digestive issues of any kind. Okay. I'm going to do a veer off into our modified triplex in just a second. But right now, I'm discussing the Slim, the BioCleanse, and the ProBio 5. This is incredible for people who have autoimmune issues. This is incredible. And if you're like, I don't know all the autoimmune issues, if you go into our wellness community and you search, there are so many posts that have like the list of those guys. Okay. The list of those. So people who have bloating, people who are definitely not having 2 to 3 bowel movements a day are great for the triplex. People who have crashes in the afternoon and they're saying, I'm dependent on caffeine. People who reach for sugar cravings and they're always dealing with a sugar craving. They're feeling like they're having mindless snacking. So, again, I'm not going to describe every autoimmune issue because we have lists of those, but autoimmunity, bloating, digestive issues, dysbiosis, anything in IBS, guys, IBS is your GI doctor not willing to do further testing. Period. End of story. Okay. There's more going on. You probably have parasites. You probably have yeast. Okay. But all that to say is those GI tests, those gut bugs hide, you guys. I mean, that's the reason that nobody can get answers in the marketplace a lot of times is because they are dealing with issues that are non-diagnosed, not able to be revealed on testing. Okay. I'm saying that in a really backwards way. Sorry. But, so triplex is very safe. This is also safe for children. I started giving these products to my kids 1 and 3 years old, obviously not at the adult doses because I didn't have the luxury of a kid's line. Okay. The triplex cured, and I say it, cured my daughter's eczema in 2 weeks, her night terrors, and her seasonal allergies at 3 years old. No one can tell me otherwise. And I can do an entire talk on what that's all about, but we're obviously not breaking this down. I'm just saying some health issues that are going to relieve people with acne, right? They're doing all the things on their face, skin issues, rashes. Triplex really is the foundation. It's definitely not going to be for everybody. Not everybody's going to be ready for a gut health journey, but triplex literally, if you were out in the wild and someone was like, I want to get started on triplex right now, you didn't have a time, or not triplex, I want to get started on plexus right now. You don't have time to you think you're going to lose the sale for whatever reason, triplex. We know it, guys. We know that it's safe. Long story short, the worst thing that's going to happen is they're not, you're going to recommend this, they're going to buy it, you're going to get, with our leaders thread, you're going to get with your sponsor, you're going to find out maybe they're having too many bowel movements and we're just going to slow down on their BioCleanse usage. But otherwise, it is universal. Okay. Make a cart for it. Do not sleep on that. Okay. The next thing is Slim and Balance. I want to talk about Slim and Balance because Slim and Balance, everybody's talking about GLP-1. Okay. GLP-1 is what that obviously we have very passionate nurses on our team. We have doctors, we have medical professionals, and we've heard so much about this. But the point is that Slim and Balance is incredible for these people. Diabetes, pre-diabetes, okay, PCOS, insulin resistance, those are interchangeable in a lot of times, okay? People that are currently on a GLP-1 wanting to come off, obviously there's more to this. They need gut health a lot, so that's a totally separate thing. But people who are on want to come, maybe they're type 1 and they want to come down on their insulin, Slim and Balance. Maybe they're type 2 and they're on a budget, they can't do anything else, Slim and Balance. They want to come off their metformin, Slim and Balance. Okay? You want to check their bowel movements because obviously there's a multitude of different issues with this, but the mechanism of balance is to paralyze a digestive enzyme. That's how it works. It helps your body shut down, basically only absorb about 50% of the glucose in your body. So it's going to affect the way that your body is absorbing glucose. That's great, but it's also going to affect the way that your body is digesting food, moving food. It can back you up. Okay. It can back you up. So just understanding that, you want to check. Always be willing to ask that, hey, this is uncomfortable, but I just have to ask, how many bowel movements are you having daily? And you have to say it like that, because if you say, are you regular? Their mama might have taught them that 2 times a week is regular. No, we have to ask very directly, how many bowel movements are you having daily? That's going to tell you everything. If it's one or less, you need to seriously be putting them on gut health support, but bare minimum is BioCleanse with their combo. If they're having 2 to 3 bowel movements, I say roll the dice on just the Slim, and balance is fine. Okay. Slim, as we know, obviously, I believe we know this, but this is a blood sugar balancer. Blood sugar, when regulated, brings down cellular inflammation. It regulates cholesterol, lipids, and blood pressure. It also resets the circadian rhythm so people will sleep better. Okay. Really important product. It's our cornerstone product. Know it. Okay. Know it. Just this little thing that I just said, keep replaying it if you need to, but just some of those talking points are really, really important. Okay, so obviously added to the balance. Now, if they are weight loss focused, they're low energy, maybe they've got thyroid, their bowel movements are on track. I love Slim, Balance, and MetaBurn, right? Slim, Balance, and MetaBurn is a great focus on weight loss. It's great for, obviously we've already described the Slim and Balance. It is a major blood sugar balancer. Somebody who's got, an advanced A1C, somebody who is, got through the roof sugar cravings. They're on insulin. Maybe they want to come off metformin. We put them on Slim and Balance, but maybe they want a little bit more. If you know anything about autoimmunity, or if you are new to learning about the autoimmune space, this is what I can tell you about this, and this is going to make sense to what I'm sharing about this. Autoimmunity will be a mushroom effect. Once one happens, how many times have you heard, oh, I've got diabetes, and then I've got type 1, and then I was diagnosed with Crohn's, and then I had eczema, and it's a mushroom effect, guys. Okay. So what I want you to understand is there could be somebody that's like, I have diabetes, or I have thyroid issues, and now I'm pre-diabetic, right? It's all interchange. We've got to bring down the inflammatory load. So what I like about Slim and Balance is everything I've just shared, but then the MetaBurn, right? Bringing the MetaBurn in, it is an adaptogenic product. It's amazing for thyroid health. It's going to power up the ability for the thyroid hormones to convert. Okay. And that is a really special thing, because it's also focus. It's also going to give that opportunity to burn that brown belly fat and all those things, right? So MetaBurn is definitely a product. It also raises mood. So if somebody is saying to you, putting this all together, someone is saying to you, I've got blood sugar issues, or I'm on a GLP-1, I want to come off of it. Here's what we know, guys, about the GLP-1 is that when you give the body synthetic, right? Synthetic support there, the body stops supporting itself there. We have to reteach it. Okay. We don't have to run before we walk. Okay. We don't have to start talking about this in our social networks, but that's really what happens. So I love that. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is Reset. Reset is an incredible product, an incredible 3-day system. And what oh my gosh, those Reset before and afters are everywhere, guys. I mean, we see them, they're incredible, but here's what makes them different and makes the whole system different and special. Okay. Anybody who's in the holistic space talking about proactive cancer treatment, they're talking about something called autophagy. Autophagy is a cellular death. That's the good cells eating the bad cells. this shows up in that way. If somebody is like, oh, I want to be proactive in this, my goal for you is that you're telling them the truth that they need to be doing a reset every single month. If they do nothing else with Plexus, a reset every single month, and we always have a group for that. So that's a blessing. But also, it will ignite the metabolism in the same way. It will reboot the body in the same way by bringing down the inflammatory load of the liver. Because when we're not digesting food, we're able, okay, for the other systems, the other things to fire up. So yes, we're going to lose weight. We're going to lose weight in 3 days. Obviously, ladies, if you're watching this, we're not doing this on our period. We're not doing this on the time leading up to our period. We're doing this right after our cycle, or at least before or during ovulation is okay. But that second half, it's a mess. Don't do it. You're going to think it's not working. It is working, okay, but you're not going to get that visual scale, which I hate the scale, but we're not going to get that. The reset is incredible, incredible for people who have hit a plateau. Okay. If you've got somebody who has said, I've hit a plateau, or you've got somebody who has severe gut issues, meaning allergies left and right, leaky gut, eczema, allergy, all the things, we know how to spot these leaky gut people. Okay. You might get them on something, but I think a conversation, even if you're not starting the conversation with this, you want to talk to them about a reset, because this is, first of all, it is award winning. And I think that's really, really fun. I think that's really special, but it is something that is totally different. It's 70 grams of protein a day during this. This is not something, these water fast, love the water fast, love the religious fast, love all that stuff. This is different. Okay. So this is for someone, so hear me out. This is for someone who needs to baby step into fasting. Okay, this is the baby step into fasting. This is I want to fast. I love the idea of fasting, but I need you to put the training wheels on my fast. That's what it is. But still incredibly special and effective. Okay? 70 grams of protein a day. So really what you're doing, just so you guys know, is you're bringing them into ketosis. That's what it is, because it's about 500 calories. Now, if somebody is very large, or men, sometimes bodybuilders, right? Somebody has a higher body weight, and they're like, I can't. It can feel dangerous to people to come down like a lot on their calories right away. Having them add in a grilled chicken. Mandy's great with this. Her camera's off, but she's an amazing resource on our team. I think we all know that. She has said, a lean ground beef, a lean ground chicken, and some egg whites, right? Again, this is not bringing in glucose to the equation. And I think that that's the most important thing, right? More protein's okay. Ketosis is really like basically low glucose, like super, super low glucose. So then we start to burn the glucose as fuel in the body. Okay, guys. All right, the next one is this. And if you're like, I love the idea of supporting people who are autoimmune, I love the idea of supporting people who have a high inflammatory load, but I'm not, this is, maybe you're saying this to yourself. I'm bad, which we have to work on the internal dialogue. Donna and I did this earlier. Okay. Okay. Maybe your internal dialogue says that you don't love supporting the gut health part. Or maybe you are like, I know this person's personality, or this is my mom, or this is my aunt, or whatever, and you want it to feel a little bit lesser of a, if somebody's got a lot of gut issues, sometimes it's easier to start in a different way. And I just want to be completely honest. The other route I would go for autoimmunity, and I'm going to share some other health issues as well, is a slim, active, and ease. Okay. This is also a great combo for people who need one step. They can do it all together, right? How many business gals do you talk to, or busy people, or teachers, or, the people who are like, I can't be making a bunch of bathroom trips, or, sky's the limit. Slim Active and Ease is a blood sugar balancer. Obviously, blood sugar balancing brings down the inflammatory load. It also, there's an ingredient in our Slim called ALA, which is the precursor to glutathione. Glutathione is the master antioxidant in the body. Very important. There is a controversial kind of unspoken argument around how do you boost glutathione in the body. Some people will supplement with it, but others truly believe that we kind of give the body the precursors to boost the body's ability to make glutathione on its own. So I want you to understand that's already happening with Slim. That's already happening, and your circadian rhythm is balanced. We already kind of talked about that. But adding the active and the ease to it basically will increase energy, increase focus, but also support the gut, because the ease, okay, which is a natural anti-inflammatory. It obviously, some people are able to take this instead of like a Tylenol or an Advil. It's not strong enough for me. There's something going on with my body, but others really love that. But the other part of that is it contains turmeric, New Zealand green lip mussel, and an enzyme called a digestive enzyme called serrapeptase. And serrapeptase is an incredible ingredient. It basically eats away at inflammation in your tissues and organs, but it also acts as a biofilm disruptor. And something that we don't necessarily talk about a ton in Plexus is biofilms. But here's why. Remember at the beginning of this, when I said that GI tests don't show everything going on, it's because, and it's a wide misconception, is does the body create the biofilm to protect itself from the parasite and the yeast, or does the yeast and the parasite create the biofilm to protect itself from the body? Either way, it's there. And the serrapeptase is a disruptor of that. So what is really a beautiful thing is when we are incorporating that product, we're bringing down the inflammatory load, and we're helping to, support gut health. So as we said, if somebody is not on that, gut health journey, right? They're like, I don't want to mess with all that. Or kind of see that this person is a little bit more finicky. The Slim Active Ease can be a gentler, approach to supporting autoimmunity because of bringing that down, that inflammatory load, breaking down the biofilms, and giving the body the prebiotics with the Slim. Okay. I love that combo because it's easy. I love, especially with people who are busy and give you the busy excuse. I love that because they can take it all together. Mix the two powders together, pop 2 E's, and move on down the path. Okay. The Ease, again, I just want to say, is such a powerful product that can be added obviously to any combo. Okay. But if we're really kind of talking about things that are already put together, I wanted to mention that. Okay. I also just thought of one that I had missed. I'm going to make that note really fast. It won't be. Okay. Next one is obviously Slim and Metaburn. If somebody is like, I want weight loss, I want it to be easy, I want just a power up, I've got some thyroid issues, I feel like I've got a slow metabolism. By the way, anyone with a low thyroid function has a blood sugar regulation problem, period. Okay. So that's why people with thyroid issues can sometimes come across and say, I'm hangry. I get ravenous, right? It's that, what is it, Joe Pesci with the Snickers? Like he just all of a sudden is losing it, or whatever, whoever that is, or whatever that is. But like Slim and Metaburn is a super easy combo. And if you're somebody that this is a one step, this is one step. You can take a pink drink and a 2 Metaburn and move on down the road, especially if you're a professional, a teacher, a doctor, a nurse, medical, someone who doesn't have the luxury of being next to like this multi-step system. Slim and Metaburn is really amazing for weight loss, right? Again, it's focus, it's thyroid conversion. It contains these adaptogens that allow the body to have a stronger, calmer stress response. So I don't want to miss that. All right, now these are just more of theory that we're talking about here, but um, you might have seen these like as you look at the combos, and definitely if we look at something like what we call a modified triplex. So there are two combos, slim or no, hello, custom basics 1 and custom basics 2. Okay. These are basically design your own. And I want to invite you to, obviously, this is an option, right? Especially if you're in three-way messages and you're watching the person that is kind of teaching you the ropes. You might see them say, oh, and oh, we're going to do this. And then they add, the pink drink and then two other products that aren't necessarily a combo that exists today, right? We put this together a lot for sleep issues. I'm thinking of things that we put this together for just a variety of different, aches and pains and metabolism. Like you can put basically the pink drink and the custom basics 1 is 2 different capsules that you get to pick, do the drop down, or the custom basics 2 is the pink drink, an active or hydrate, and a drop down. Okay. So we really know that we can create just, you know, any, uh, any combo. Really, we can really do that. But the idea behind this call was to give you some ideas around ones that you would be, you know, uh, quickly accessible with, right? And only who is in your life, who is in your personal network, and it may change in the seasons, right? You may have a particular job or you're around your family a lot and everybody, you just kind of have to use the cart system and making these carts as a way to make your life, make the sharing quicker and easier. So I just wanted to mention those. There's two other combos that I think are really widely accepted and known. And that is our detox support combo. That is our restore product, which is a liver support and a heavy metal detox. And it comes with the ease and the bio cleanse. Okay. This is a really great, and for whatever reason, obviously, ladies, we know. I don't think there's any men on here, but they respond beautifully to this. It's so irritating, right? Course. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're 12 pounds lighter overnight. We know. We know. Okay. We know. but and I've asked the company, I'm like, can we have a restore basics 1 and 2, right? A drop down with that. They have not said yes to that yet. But I'm going to keep asking. But the detox support combo is an incredible combo. Again, this is a one-time combo. It's a nighttime thing. Now, can they play around with it? Can you play around with it? Absolutely. Absolutely. But the thing that's great is um, sometimes you're going to find people with an objection, and it might be when you're bringing them back, right? They start a combo, fail at it. I'm not taking that to the. So then you get into, drop into curiosity, right? We're on a journey mindset of supporting them. You drop into curiosity, say, well, tell me what happened. And they're like, I just couldn't do the morning stuff. My mornings are so hectic. Right. And then you just get information. You're asking open-ended questions, and you're obviously giving them this as an alternative. And I love this. So the restore is something too that a lot of times, you guys, the liver, I shared about this on my stories, but the liver is the home for anger and sadness, stored anger and sadness. The liver is where hormones are converted. The liver is that master, it is the largest organ in the body besides the skin, guys. And we need to support it. So if somebody doesn't know where to start, they're not open, they don't want weight loss, they don't want gut health, right? This is a pivot that supports that anyway. Okay? We got to give people what they want sometimes and just let them feel happy, right? We're giving them exactly what they want. But what I noticed, because a long time ago, I was a tester for that combo. And what I noticed was I had more pep in my step. Yeah, I did detox. Okay, I'll just be honest with you guys. I think a lot of you know that I have a heavy toxin load in my body because of some different issues that I have going on. So I did detox a little bit, but it was not unbearable. It was not something that was debilitating, but it was definitely felt, I kind of just felt stuffy for a couple days and I moved on, but my digestion got better. My just moving around got better. My mental clarity got better. So that is a way, that combo is incredible for hormonal issues, right? Because we already talked about what happens in the liver with hormones. Heavy, maybe somebody is, consuming a lot of substances that, they are continuing they're going to continue to take in those substances, but they want to get, feel better. I actually have started two over time. One was a male. We know they're going to do great. And one was a lady who they did drink regularly and felt amazing, felt like they were still losing inches, felt like they were having great digestion, and felt like, their body was responding really well. So that is a combo that I think is an alternative to pink drink. So if we're thinking about this, if we're in a situation where somebody's like, I just don't love that. I just can't deal with that. I just don't love it in the morning. Whatever it is, right? That didn't work for me. There are going to be people who tell you that didn't work for me. And in our mind, we're like, got 42 million questions because we're like, how's that real? Okay. Like, but we don't want to lose them, right? So we're like, you know what? I've got something amazing. I've got something great. Send them the picture. We know we love sending those, bam, pictures on our team. What do you think about this? How does this look? This is working for people right now. This is brand new. This is something that you're going to love, right? So I want you to look at that as a pivot. And then best case scenario, in my opinion, is they add in the ProBio 5 with that. Guys, that ProBio 5 is so different. It breaks down the cell wall of Candida. So if they're really in a detox support, right, journey, right, they're, that bio cleanse and, the restore and the ease, those are all digestive supportive, okay? But taking it a step further and adding that ProBio 5, because that's really going to take things to the next level. What we know about the microbes and the gut, just environment is that we can deposit all the good flora. We can move the digestive system forward. We can enhance regularity. But until we break down the cell wall, that bad stuff, and move it out, or break down, excuse me, those biofilms and move it out, we're going to continue to recycle our problems. We might not be healing the way that we need to be healing. Okay. So loving adding that ProBio 5 if you can. And maybe, guys, reminder that you might get them on a combo and say, I love this for you, but in month 3, I want to come back and talk about adding probiotic. I want to come back and add, vitamin. I want to come back. It's that upfront contract that we have to use. Like, we're going to play your game, Sharon, but in month 3, don't be surprised in month 2.5, I'm going to come back to you and be like, remember when I told you that this is what you're going to need to go to the next level? So would you like me to change your subscription for you, or can I teach you how to do it? Okay. They don't know what they need. If we remembered that more readily, we would be less offended and we would be bolder. I'm telling you right now. So the last one I'm going to tell you about, this was the one that I wrote down. And if anybody wants to chime in when I'm done about ones I've missed that are your favorite, don't you hesitate, because this is a learning time. But the last one I want to tell you about is our Slim X Factor Plus and Vital Biome. And I feel like this is a star for menopause. This is a star for people who are dealing with perimenopause. This is a star for I've got anxiety and depression. Because here's why I want to tell you this right now. Anxiety and depression, like clinically, chronically, typically has a lot to do with an MTHFR gene mutation. Okay. And typically has a lot to do with absorption issues, with gut issues. Now, granted, we're not having, with this combo, this is more of a flora deposit. But the thing about the Vital Biome with this, as far as the probiotic goes, is these strains of bacteria are so studied. They are so cataloged. When you turn that around on the back, it's got all these catalog numbers. You can type that into a PubMed search and you're going to see like just ridiculously studied, just lots of different studies. Okay. Which is important and special for a lot of people. And I want you to lean on that. That's something we can make like claims against. They've put the research into that Vital Biome product, as well as X Factor Plus, as well as Slim Microbiome, which is patented. That combo right there, if you've got somebody that wants the evidence, I want to see, to show me, like whatever, that's the one. Because our Slim is patented, and OGs might remember this, but when they tested that product, it was tested in Europe in a machine that was basically a replica of a human digestive tract. Okay, so it boosts Akkermansia, so which is a microbe that's basically widely prolific, I guess, in more slender people, right? Again, this is not a stimulant product, but the X Factor Plus, we're able to make claims against what it does with hormones. We already know what that aloe does as far as the absorption of our nutrients, boosts our nutrient absorption up to 400%, balances hormones, helps with hot flashes, helps with night sweats. I remember when they talked about all this on stage, amazing. And that Vital Biome, flip that sucker around and look at all those catalog numbers next to the strains of bacteria. This is one that is definitely, like, if you've got a network that's like, show me the evidence, get them all on it. All that. Just get them all on that. Okay, because we've got it. We've put the money into the research and we know it works. Okay. So I wanted to offer those combos. Is there any other combo that you guys are starting people on that is, and I think I see Jody's, oh, hang on. Okay, she's made notes. Perfect. Thank you, babe. Copy and paste this over to the side. I think that I might get a.
Unfortunately, I don't have all of them, but I got what I could.
That's okay. No, hey, we'll take any of it. So thank you. Um, does anyone have something that you are starting people on that is like a go-to for you? That is, like Slimming Collagen is a good one. We didn't cover that, but it's amazing. Collagen, 15 days or less, you're going to see visible results on that. Um, I think to go back to the top, I want you to find 3 combos. And like, for example, I know Megan started with Triplexinase. I know she's offered that to several people, because the thing is that she's talking about her experience and they want to know, what are you taking? I want to take what you're taking. So, one of your carts should be what you started on. Okay, I really feel that, especially if you're doing a good job of leaning into sharing your testimony. I want you to be doing that. We all need to be doing that more. You know, Jody did a great job of a before and after for her skin health. And it's like, that's what people want to see, guys. That's what they want to hear. You know, that's what they want to hear about is even though it's like cringy for us or we feel like a certain way about sharing, it's like, this is what they want to see. This is what this lady wants to see, even though I'm like, you know. So just really leaning into that. Is there anything else that I've missed that has been really special for you guys? No? Okay, I'm gonna stop recording and then if we have questions.